Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, thriving, and well. Today's message is so awesome. It's deeply personal about some of the stuff that I wrestle with every single day, and an opportunity for you and I to exhale. Oh my goodness. Who needs an exhale? Like support group for those who could use a primal, deep, spiritual exhale. You're going to love this research. It's coming out of University of Pennsylvania. Martin Seligman, who is you'd call him the founder, the father, the ninja for positive psychology. I wonder if he's ever been called the ninja for positive psychology. Well, I'm calling you that today, Martin, because this work is so cool, because this experience I'm going to share with you is something you do every single day, but you may not stop and notice it. And it may be one of the most key, powerful, life-changing, spirit-changing, mind-changing experiences you'll ever give yourself. And it's right before your very eyes. This is all about the power of savoring and its relationship to true, deep happiness. There's so much work out there in the space of gratitude. There's so much connection to the idea that gratitude gives you a sense of peace and happiness and hope. But there's this whole other level that we can achieve when we notice what it is we are actually grateful for, or notice what it is that's bringing us more life and joy and connection, and we stop and we connect to it. Just a few moments of connecting to what it is that happened beautifully right before our very eyes. Now, this is something that we can do during the day. And I don't know about you, but I'm a list maker. And sometimes I find myself tethered to this list. Like, I give myself permission to feel good about myself at the end of the day when I go, oh, cool, I had 12 things on my list and I got 12 of them done. What? You only got 9 done today? Come on, James, you slacker. It's like that. I don't like that existence. And I know it's something I'm working on. I'm not sure if you have a similar path where you've got some compassion work to do there. But this is really based on the idea that our brains need to slow down. Our hearts need to savor what is good right before our very eyes. And this savoring practice can happen, as I said, during the day when you've completed something or you've experienced something and something that moved your heart, or at the end of the day, just being and looking back at your day and going, oh, I was grateful for that. And then go, what was so grateful about that? What brought you that sense of gratitude? And then deepening your connection to it, literally savoring it. The same way like when you're having a great meal, you're out at a restaurant and the special is just, there I go again. And you get it in your mouth and you just let it kind of dissolve and you're just kind of going, oh, this is so good. Or you're having a moment with your sweetheart, you're having a moment with a loved one, you're having a moment with God, and you just have that sense of just enlightened grace, and you don't want that moment to end. Well, you know what? Don't let that moment end. That moment may end in the experience of real time, but we can come back to it later that day and remember it. You can write it down and go, oh, remember that moment you had today with your son or your daughter or your loved one, your dog, your cat, with God? Write it down or just etch it in your mind. So later tonight, I'm just going to sit with that. I'm going to connect to it. Because when we do that, we are literally shifting in our limbic system, our hippocampus, the parts of our brain that really love to savor the good, really help us to channel and connect to the good that's right before our very eyes. So we're not on that hedonic treadmill running to the next thing. One of the greatest lessons I'm learning as I navigate halftime in my life in my 50s is that I want to come out in the second half of my life. I'm actually out there now. I'm way out there. We got to go, okay, what would you love more of in your life? What are the things that actually mean the most? I can tell you, I've worked with patients who are getting ready to make their transition, people who've with terminal illness. And I got to tell you, they were not talking about their work necessarily. They weren't talking about their accomplishments in the spaces of things that they accumulated in material. They were always thinking about a moment whether they were really there for it and they appreciated it and they were telling the person who they loved how much they loved them and how much they appreciated and how grateful they were for the experience they'd given them in that moment or in their life. And, We don't know when our time is up, but we get an opportunity right now to use the science and more importantly, the spirituality of savoring. And if something's good happening in your life, someone that you love is with you in that experience, someone brought you that experience that you wish to savor, lean into that experience with them. Let it marinate inside of you. Invite someone in who you know will connect to it with you or help you have that experience. Life wants to slow down. It really does. There's so much more to life than increasing its speed. There's no winner at the end because they got to the end and they raced the whole thing. I believe more and more my second half of my life wants to go slow. It wants to be deeper. It wants to be longer in the sense of savoring the moment. So here's to savoring. Here's to loving. Here's to being present. Here's to joy. Here's to all of it. Much love and all blessings. Bye for now.